Obviously, in any kind of mine, you can't be afraid of the dark because
Oh no, yeah,
it
they
is
get
pitch
dark.
dark
Yeah.
in there.
My dad was always a catfishing. They used to catfish back in the days, back, and that was back in the days when there was a lot more water
What are
around.
you gonna do with that? He's like, I'm gonna take him home and eat him. I'm like, that's a gopher snake. I'm like, that's okay. Yeah,
Whatever.
Maybe. Yeah, he got home and he cooked it. He threw it on the grill, and it was so tough.
Figure out how I can share it aside from the videos and stuff, which I've enjoyed. And
Welcome to Two Side Outdoors. Hey guys, welcome to another episode. So today I got my guest's name's Sean.
Hey,
What's
how
up?
you doing? What's going on?
Let's hear about yourself a little bit. Introduce yourself.
Oh, I grew up in Utah till I was about 15. I've always been in the outdoors. Grew up in the mountains. Always hiking, riding mountain bike trails, fishing, camping. Just the works. Everything's out there. Southern Utah is desert, and then northern Utah is all mountains. So you got the best.
It's like
of both
mountain
worlds.
foresty and stuff. Kinda.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, Arizona is really similar, honestly. If you kind of think about it, you
No,
get to
yeah.
the northern parts, you start getting snow. And
Except
all
for
that.
Yuma.
Yeah.
Yuma's just more desert.
Yeah. Well, you get to the south and you got all the desert, So, but I lived in the northern part of Utah, and I remember my first fish was a rainbow trout. It was a pretty good sized one. I mean, at least that I thought it was maybe at the time as a kid.
That's always when you're a kid. It's like everything's bigger.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I mean, it was probably just like a regular sized rainbow trout. But I remember I was fishing with salmon eggs, and he bit it, and I tried to set the hook, and he spit it somehow, but he was swimming up the river.
Yeah.
So it caught him right in the eye, and I pulled him all the way out from the river by the eye.
Oh man.
Yeah, so that was a weird first experience. I wanted to keep it, and then my dad was like, "No, there was a sign about bears."
Oh jeez.
so
That was like my wife this past weekend. She snagged one on the belly.
oh, okay.
Somehow. I was kind of surprised too, and she was kind of just like, "How did I catch it like that?"
Yeah, I mean, it must have attacked it at some point or something,
Well, I've heard like fish, they'll bump baits just to see what it is sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't know if you've ever seen like bass do it, where they see something on the bottom and they'll sit there and they'll kind of bump it to kind of flush it up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
So I think that's maybe
Just like investigative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're like, I don't know, this kind of seems like a trap. Ah, shit, got it stuck in me.
Well, so she felt it like that, and then all of a sudden she was like, "Okay, something's there." She just pulled it, so I think she just snagged it from
got
underneath.
it
Yeah.
perfectly. Oh, wow. Well, yeah, that sucks for that fish.
But yeah, so you've been fishing probably since you were a kid, really, right?
Yeah, I mean, like 7 or 8 years old.
That's like same here. It's like my dad, he took me out probably before I could even really remember any of it, that he always had me with him out while he was out fishing.
Yeah. yeah, I mean, like after I caught a couple trout and stuff, my dad even took me to like a trout farm out in Utah, and it's like, I mean, they're like attacking the top of the water. Like you just put a hook in it and you catch a fish. And it's not even.
Well, it's like out here.
You can't even count that.
I've heard some of the guys. They say, "Hey, just go find some pebbles, go toss them out there in the water, and you'll see the trout just come for it."
Oh yeah.
Because they're so used to being farm fed,
Yeah.
basically.
Oh yeah.
And it's like we tested that like 2 weekends ago, where we just tossed some pebbles out, and you just see them just come.
Oh, I believe it. I mean, you could probably just bring a little bit of dog food and just.
Yeah.
And be fine. But, it got to like when my dad married this woman. She had some kids that were grown, and they would take me out fishing.
That's cool.
And when we went, they would bring a bow, and we'd get cart. I remember it was like I remember it was always in the dark, and he just always had a fucking spotlight. It was
spot them.
just just spot them in the middle of the night and just
That's
fucking
cool.
slay them, and then we'd fucking cut them up and we'd catch big catfish on that, and we'd always take them home and eat them and everything. But I never really learned like the process of like how to do all that stuff. Like they never really showed me any of that.
Yeah.
They did all that. You know what I mean?
Set you up with a hook and toss it out.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So, then my dad ended up divorcing their mom, and so I didn't really go fishing for a while. Kind of lived a vicarious life of partying for a long time as a teenager.
Everyone hits that stage.
Yeah,
every now
it
and
ended
then.
abruptly at 18. So, got into trouble as an adult, and I kind of nipped it in the butt. You know what I mean? So, I started kind of just like relearning everything and going and fishing again. Like probably I want to say like 7, 8 years ago.
Oh, nice.
And then like 19, 20, you know, I started learning everything again. I was going catfishing and stuff, and I used to go with this guy that was my dad's friend. And he his family owns Curtis Citrus. Have you ever heard of them?
No,
It's a big citrus company.
Okay,
out here. But they own like lots and lots and lots of farmland over there by Paradise.
Okay.
And they've got like this little steel pond over there and stuff. And I couldn't remember for the life of me where it was recently, but I remember he used to take me there all the time. And he would catch monster bass out of there, man. I mean, all the time. And then I was just always catfishing. You know what I mean? Because I didn't know shit.
Well, it's
about
like
bass
catfishing's kind of easy. It's like you just bait a hook, or whatever, and just let it soak.
Yeah, just toss it out there and kind of fucking chill and wait, you know? I mean, that's just what I was used to. And when trout fishing, that's how we did it, too. I mean, I always wanted to learn how to fly fish, but, geez, I started diving into that recently on research, and I was like, oh, wow.
Fly fishing can get expensive.
Yeah, it can get expensive, and talk about technique, and,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I think backlash is bad. Like,
Oh.
you know what I mean?
Sitting there.
Yeah, you gotta sit there and whip that thing back and forth. Like, oh my god. How about backlash on my rotator cuff? You know?
No, seriously.
So, but yeah, and that was all good and fun, but recently I got really, really back into it again, and I was a buddy of mine, he started fishing with me, and that kind of like made me get more into it a little bit too. Yeah, we were socializing and stuff, obviously. Getting drunk and fucking smoking weed while we're fishing. You know what I mean?
Gotta catch some sort of a buzz.
Yeah, literally. So, you know, and just bullshitting, you know.
No,
But
yeah.
We started fucking hitting the West Wetlands pond pretty heavy. And, man, there was 1 week, we pulled out like 12 channel cat.
Damn.
There. Like, they're good size, you know what I mean?
No, I remember that. It's like, I've gone there a few times just right after stock, and I'll use chicken livers.
Oh,
and bam, just sitting there. We pulled out probably like about 14, 15. It was me and my brother-in-law, and we were sitting there just yanking them out and just tossing back, yanking it out, tossing back.
Yeah, we were using the garlic worms at first.
Oh, nice.
And here's the kicker. So I caught a albino channel
dang.
catfish, and he was like, I mean, he was probably about a pound. I mean, he was good size. Like,
Yeah.
he'd live sometime, you know. And I was, you know, my fucking dumbass was like, dude, I gotta fucking eat this. Right? So instantly I take the fucking 22-ounce framing hammer to it. Like, without hesitation. Like, yeah, you're going in the bucket, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I mean, he has red fins. I've got pictures of him still and everything. Red fins, all white skin.
That's
It was
cool.
crazy. But it was a catfish, channel
Yeah.
catfish. Well, I get home and I'm filleting it. And I'm like, look. And I'm showing my wife and shit. And she's like, what the fuck? And she gets on her phone and she Googles it. Albino catfish, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, eBay right now, alive, $6,000.
Oh, shit.
My god. Keyword, alive.
Yeah, live.
Fuck.
Oh,
I just
man.
killed a $6,000 channel catfish that I just pulled out of the West Wetlands pond You know what I mean?
But
And
it's like it's something that's like most people wouldn't think of it that way.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. But still, I was like, oh my gosh, like of course, like why didn't I think of that? Of course, someone would want that in their pond or
Yeah.
something. Like that's
It's
like
an albino, yeah.
Yeah, it's a badass fish. You know, and I mean, he was really cool in colors too. But yeah, that's one of like my biggest regrets in life. I wake up in the middle of the night screaming. No, I'm
No.
just kidding. But
For me, it's just been the flatheads. The colorations on those have been crazy.
oh yeah, no, I've seen some gnarly colorations lately on just the Facebook posts alone. I'm like, wow.
It's like I've gotten some that are just like that nasty green color or whatever it is, and then I've gotten some that are like almost camouflage looking. It's like
Yeah.
black marbled looking.
Yeah, yeah, like the marble color. It's
Mhm.
kind of wild, huh? I'm trying to find this picture of this white channel cat. I know I'm nearing it.
Have you ever tried the search function on there, where you just type in catfish
yeah.
and it'll find it for you?
I found it right here.
Oh dang!
So that's him. I mean, look, he's good size.
No, yeah, that's a good
I mean,
size
like I'm
fish.
not holding him like right next to the
No,
camera
yeah.
or anything, you know.
But yeah, no.
Yeah, red fins, like red.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and he's already dead in this picture.
Mm-hmm. But still,
He was
it's-
alive in the first one, but not the second one. But yeah, man. I mean, look.
That's a pretty good haul right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we weren't complaining. So then I was heavy on the catfishing. I mean, I even yanked up a giant soft shell turtle out of the canal off of I used to use just the BJ's stink bait.
Oh yeah, I've heard
Buy
that.
it
Yeah.
from Walmart and shit. They don't have them at any of the Walmarts anymore. I don't know what. I posted about it one time on the Yuma fishing forum, like, oh, this is the stink bait I use, and then I never saw them again. So
Yeah,
I don't know if people just bought them out or like people just
I-
stopped selling them in the stores.
I think
or
the supplier probably just because I've heard of that bait before and I've seen it. There's a website that sells it still.
yeah,
but-
Tackle Warehouse, I think. or
Yeah, it's like
whatever.
Tackle Warehouse or there's another one. But yeah, they sell all sorts of different types of baits like that. I think the only one right now that they have is that. What is it, Danny Kings or something like that? Stink bait or punch
Oh,
bait,
I don't know.
and then Striker.
Yeah, Striker Punch Bait. I know that one. But
That's like I got like a gallon tub of it over there.
man, and I had people that made homemade stink bait too. But I don't know if I want to get into that. That's, you know what I mean? You
Yeah.
just got a bucket of rotting shit in your backyard that you gotta
Yeah, I don't know
fucking
about that.
fumigate every once in a while and shit. And then once you get out there, you fucking crack that bitch open and no one wants to stick their hand in there.
No. I remember we used to use those. It's like that Magic Bait brand, but it was like the chicken liver ones, and we'd leave those sitting out for a few days and stuff. Because I know it says just keep it sealed or whatever it is, and the stinkier it is, the better it is. That stuff would stink up the whole garage.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, even the BJ's bait was fucking horrid. I mean, I'd get rubber gloves and everything. Fucking like, you know what I mean?
Well, it's
They're
like
little shit balls. Little fucking
Yeah.
shit nuggets. That's all.
I know it's like with that punch bait. I made myself like one little like spatula thing just for it.
Oh yeah, no.
Just
for
because like
sure.
I don't like touching that stuff.
Yeah, I remember one time we had like the container of fucking shit. One time we were just using God, we can hear all the kids over
Yeah,
there. and
so I said
everything.
these mics are pretty good. They'll pick up almost everything. You heard the plane go by, right?
Yeah, yeah. No, this is insane. Believe it or not, these kids are like 300 feet from us. They're pretty far.
Yeah, these mics are pretty sweet.
But yeah, man. I mean, there's nothing like the fight from bass. So
Oh, I know. Yeah, that was the few times that I've caught decent sized bass. It's like, damn, this is different from other fish.
yeah. I mean, the first bass that I got hooked up on, I was fishing with Julius Morales. I'm sure you know
No, yeah,
him.
yeah.
he took me out. He was the first one to talk to me on the pages and stuff. He was like, "Oh, I'll take you to go bass fishing." I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, I
fucking
remember I
done it.
chatted with him a few times on Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, I've never really gone, or I don't know what to do. I see a bunch of fucking plastic worms, and I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm kind of interested, but like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah.
And so he was like, no, I got you. And it was crazy. We pull up to this canal, and I mean, I can't even get my pole I got my pole out of the bag, but then it was like wrapped up or something.
Tangled up and stuff.
Yeah, so I was like cutting it off. He was telling me to put a different lure on it anyways, and I was like, okay, cool. Because I went and bought a few. He told me to get good recommendations and stuff, and so went and bought a few and fucking showed up, and he's already rigged up, you know what I mean, ready to go. He knows the deal. So he hops out of my car, he goes fucking casts out on this fucking canal. I'm fumbling in the back.
Pulls one up.
He's all, I got two. I'm all, two? I turn around, he's got two on his whopper plopper. I'm like, jeez.
They both bit at the same time?
Yeah, they had a chaser, and the chaser bit too, so.
Oh
I
man,
was
that's
like,
funny.
jeez, wow, that's crazy. He was like, I've never had that before, it's a twofer. And
That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah, he took a picture with both of them. They were both small, you know what I mean?
No, yeah,
But-
it's still 2 fish.
yeah, I think it was like the 110 or the 90 whopper plopper at the time, and we start fishing the canal more, and I'm doing everything he tells me, but I'm like, I don't know, I'm not fucking getting anything. You know what I mean? All I know is we're just moving around a fucking lot.
That's one thing I've noticed just like with bass fishing. You have to sit there and it's like thousands of casts almost, it seems like.
Yeah,
And just kind of move from spot to spot to spot.
yeah, because you gotta find them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best way that I've like kind of can understand it is you're fucking literally hunting for fish.
More or less, yeah.
Yeah, which is kind of fucking tight. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a felon, so I don't have a gun. I'm applying to get my gun rights back because I'm a non-violent felon. So in Arizona, we're able to get our gun rights back. So I'm actually in the process of doing that right now.
That's cool.
So I can go hunting.
No, yeah.
But so like for me, like right now, that's like the next best thing. You know what I mean? I go out fucking bass fishing. I fucking, you know what I mean?
No, yeah.
So I just go hunt for fucking fish. You know what I mean? And I got a couple old people that were customers from jobs and stuff, but they like eating the bass and shit. So I fillet it for them, just bring them the fillets, and
That's cool.
yeah, So I don't know. I feel bad fucking ripping a fish out of its home by its mouth and not fucking finishing the job. You know what I mean? Like,
Some of them, yeah.
yeah, it's like kind of like a culture shock. Like, I mean,
Oh, that's like one thing. It's like some people, you catch fish, all they like to do is just catch and release.
yeah,
Like for me, it depends on the size of the fish. If it's like really big, it's like, okay, yeah, that's probably a breeder. I'm going to toss it back.
yeah.
But if it's something of decent, like say with the catfish, a 7 to like 12 pound or something like that, it's like, yeah, maybe I'll keep those. Anything bigger, I'm not too fond of keeping.
Yeah. Yeah, like, so for instance, I caught like a 21 pound flathead. Almost 21, so it's 20.34. And I put that motherfucker back. Like, you're a badass.
No, yeah.
You can handle it. You know what I mean? You're fucking the size of me.
Yeah.
So you can just go ahead and go back in there. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know. I mean,
It's like a lot of those too. You're not necessarily like gut hooking them though either
Yeah.
too. It's like more lip hooks with those.
yeah, no, true, yeah. And with the bass, I mean, yeah, you're lip hooking them and stuff, but I don't know, man. It's good to look. There's so many of them that
Yeah.
catch and release, and I know, because I've fished with a lot of people out here, and yeah, most of them just toss them back, and dude, they just like, I'm like, we're like all the way up on the fucking canal, and they're just like, "Ching." I'm just like, bro, yeah, like that's like concrete. Like when they fucking hit the water, you just knock that fish the fuck out. Like there's nothing humane about what you just
Yeah.
did, sir.
I've seen like
But, like,
videos and stuff
whatever.
where people sit there and there's like hook set, whoo, and the fish goes across the waves and it's like, damn, why?
Yeah, I saw one where the dude did that, and there was a fucking concrete bridge that was behind him. He was like below it on the bottom.
Yeah.
Hit the fucking bridge. I was
Exactly.
like, wow, well, you better cook that. Like,
No, yeah, I've seen stuff like that. It's just like, really? Come on. It's a little cruel.
yeah. Yeah, but I just feel like if you're like all about the fish, like maybe like put it back like nicely then, I guess. I don't know, instead of just like fucking body slamming that shit on fucking water.
That's like, I've like talked about that too. It's just like I see people that's like, oh, okay, yeah. Make it do like flips and stuff while it goes in. It's like, really?
Yeah, like too much of a sport with it right there. But yeah, the first bass he hooked me up on, he was all here, throws out the whopper plopper, hands it to me while it's mid going all the way across the heel of gravity. Like, all the way across, and I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. And as soon as it hit the water, this fucking
like,
smallmouth
bam,
ate it.
smacked it.
Like, I didn't even have time to reel and nothing. It was an open-end reel, too, so it wasn't a bait caster, you know. So I didn't have the option of it just stopping right as
Yeah.
I reeled. It was just like, I flipped the bell down and everything, and he was already fucking annihilated it. Jumping out of the water, everything. 2.5 pound fucking smallmouth. Right off the rip. I was like, so he just made me pull it in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, that fucking, just watching him fucking jump out of the water with it in his mouth multiple times before I could get it from one side of the canal, I was like, this is fucking insane.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was like, this is like, because, you know, catfish, they're just like, eh.
They kind of just let themselves get dragged in most of the time.
Yeah.
It's not until you like bring them up to the edge where they kind of fight a little bit more. But it's, yeah, they just...
Yeah. But, you know, like, that tilapia I was telling you about just a little bit ago, before the podcast. So I guess you guys aren't. I had well, I guess I'll start from the beginning. With
Yeah,
that.
start over with that.
I had
That's
a
okay.
5-inch 6 cents swim bait, and I mean it looks like a real tilapia, almost like bait fish, you know. And I got the purple with the clear on the bottom.
That's cool.
I was just running it from the Colorado along Bankside. It was like 7:30 at night, pitch black, and fucking something smoked it. I mean, just fucking annihilated it, and then it just fucking limped. It just, you know,
Yeah.
like a catfish, just fucking gave up. And so I thought maybe, okay, well maybe...
Debris of some sort.
Yeah, maybe I caught some shit. Maybe some fucking hobo fucking threw his fucking clothes in the river or some shit, you know what I mean? And I fucking, you know, it's peel and drag because it's so fucking heavy. But then I'm still reeling it in, and I guess I should have fucking known. I mean, goddamn, but... I guess when you're a little stony and fucking it's pitch black, everything kind of goes out the window a little bit. Well, I pulled that motherfucker all the way up to the bank, and goddamn, I mean, as soon as I let go of that slack, he just fucking flopped, got that hook out of his mouth, and was right in the water, and I fucking jumped in that water, grabbed him, and I mean, the size of him was like this, bro. From belly
No, yeah,
to
I believe
spine.
it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no way it was a bass.
No, yeah.
Like, I couldn't see a bass getting that fucking fat. Unless it's like a fucking, what, a 20-pound bass? You know what I
Probably,
mean?
yeah.
Like, but I hooked one of his scales, and my buddy checked it out, and he was like, oh, yeah, you definitely had a tilapia on there. I mean, it must have been at least a 10-pound tilapia.
That's like me. It's like I had a little 4 or 5 pounder. That sucker was pretty good size, too.
Yeah, see, and that's pretty good size, and I'm telling you, this thing was like twice that size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those suckers, they get huge.
Yeah, and I didn't even know that because I was like, dude, like, could a fucking tilapia eat that fucking swim bait? And he's like, in the Colorado? Fuck yeah. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, if I get another one of those fucking 10-pound fucking tilapias, I'm taking that to my dad's smoker for sure.
No, yeah, there's lots. Like, lately I've been trying to do a little more bass fishing. I don't know if you've seen that little bait that I had right there. It's one of those top spinners.
Oh, okay.
Top spin, where it's like you just put the swim bait or whatever it is just on the hook.
Oh, okay, like a buzzbait?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Kind of, yeah. But yeah, I've been throwing that thing and gotten some attention, but it seems like it was more the trout going for it than anything.
Really?
Yeah, they would go up to it, but they wouldn't really attack it. They'd follow it, though.
Yeah. Over at Fortuna?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fuck, man. Well, I want to go over to Fortuna again. I haven't gone in a little while. I've just been fucking. I've been trying everywhere, man. I went up and fucking Welton. Fucking was trying fucking canals over there. I didn't get shit. It's been a rough bite lately, honestly, in all the canals.
I think it's just the weather though too.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like they're still in shock from it.
Well, because it's
Or
been
what?
fluctuating in temperature. Because I know it's like today was like 80. It's like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Yeah. It's weird. And it was overcast, too.
Yeah.
Like, it was like the sun didn't even really seem like it was out. It was really weird.
It wasn't until later in the day that the sun actually came out, really.
Yeah. And then it was windy by that time, too. Which
Mhm.
was really fucking dumb. But yeah, I lost 2 of my fucking rooster tails over it. I just heard that dude stack that fucking tire all the way over there. Wow. That is fucking insane. I'm like whispering right now, too.
Oh, no, yeah. That's what, it's like, you don't really have to talk very loud for these things to pick it up and actually be very clear.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Good thing I don't have to fart. Fucking God, I was caught red-handed.
I know.
Are you sure it wasn't you, bud? Is that fucking onions? Onions and ketchup? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, but the best fight and best tasting fish I've had so far was that striper for sure.
Nice.
Striper bass.
Yeah, I've been looking for somewhere to go hit up some striper. Some guy on Instagram, he told me hit up the Laguna Dam area.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you a good spot, but not on here.
No, that's okay.
After
Yeah.
after the podcast.
That's fine.
Sorry guys, but can't have you blowing up all my good spots. But yeah, I caught that 5-pound striper on. Well, I can tell you what I caught it on.
That's
Like,
fine.
I can tell all you guys that. I don't care about that all day. I just got I think it was a Strike King jerkbait. And it's a deep diving jerkbait. I mean, I think up to 12 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the best way I thought about it, I mean, it was kind of explained to me just through text.
Does it it dives but it floats back up?
Yeah.
Okay.
In still water.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the best way I could describe it in the way that I think that my brain thinks is I think of it like a flagpole, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you got a flag on a flagpole. Well, the flag, if there's no fucking wind, it just fucking falls,
Yeah.
right? So it's just like fucking water, right? If there's no current, the fucking it's gonna fall, or well, in this case, it's just gonna float up.
It'll be opposite.
Right,
more or
it's
less.
just gonna float up, right? So what you need is the fucking wind, right? The fucking current. So the fucking striper, they live in that fucking current. They love it. You know what I mean? So the way I was thinking about it is typically, a little bait fish like the jerkbait
Mm-hmm.
is gonna be really struggling in this fucking current, trying to swim up it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So if I'm fucking ripping it through that fucking current, they're looking at it like, oh, well, there's the fucking, there's the fisherman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't fucking hit that. Even if he does it right, don't fucking touch it. You know what I mean? So fucking first cast, when I'm finally, have kind of put this in my head, first cast out there, I'm like, okay, so reel it in a little bit, and I'm talking
Slow.
a couple quarter turns,
Mhm.
and then I'm like, okay, reel it in a little bit, stop, reel it in a little bit, stop, and I think after maybe the 4th or 5th time, it just fucking annihilated it.
Bam! Hit it. And
Yeah.
Ran.
Yeah, and I mean, I was like, what the fuck, dude? Because I felt it. I've got the 7-foot medium heavy fast action rod, and so you could feel it.
No,
I've
yeah.
got 15-pound mono on it.
Yeah.
So and I was like, oh man, I was like, what the fuck, dude?
Bam.
And when I pulled that shit out, dude, I mean, here, look, I'll show you the video actually. I pulled that shit out,
think
and
that's
I
the
was
tables and chairs guy. Hold on one second. We're gonna pause this.
all right. So yeah, that striper. Caught
That was
it
on
here,
that bait?
on that jerk bait right there. They
Oh,
like
that's
the
cool.
scales on the side. You know, it's just kind of like a fucking having a spinner or rooster
No,
tail
yeah, and this
type
thing, and
shit.
it rattles too.
Yeah, yeah. So he was, you know, when he's in the fucking current and he's already dove deep enough, the fucking
Yeah,
current
just-
just keeps him moving side to
Just sitting
side.
there, just going shaking back and side to
Shaking
side. Yeah.
side to side. It looks just perfect. Like he's just struggling to go through the water. Fucking. Yeah, I'll show you the video right here. Where's it? Oh, there.
Oh, and those stickers right there for you.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Oh, dang.
I had my buddy with me. He was the one videotaping. But like, I mean, that motherfucker's like the size of my leg, dude.
Pretty good size, yeah.
Yeah, for a fucking striper. And, dude, I mean, when I fucking filleted him, cooked him up, dude, oh my god. I mean, oh, look, there's my lady calling me.
You want to pause it real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, we're back.
All right, and we're back again. Sorry. Wife calls. So, yeah, but, I mean, that striper was definitely, like, the best fight I've had in a while.
Mhm.
It seems like, man, it's kind of fucked up. It seems like the first fish I ever fucking get hooked up on for either species is, like, kind of big.
Oh, yeah.
And then-
That's like you were telling me that the other day. It's just like you always land into like something big, and then after that, it's
Just fucking dinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I'm just like, fuck, I just gotta struggle to fucking beat that PB again. But this is what I fucking smacked.
is that
fucking-
Sixth Sense?
Yeah, that the tilapia fucking slapped. That motherfucker, dude, it swims
that's
like
a
a
trip.
badass, dude.
That's pretty cool.
I went and bought it at the Hideaway
Nice.
bait and tackle. I just stopped by there because fucking Julius always talked about. How
Yeah,
he
Hideaway,
always
they
went
have
there.
some pretty good stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I've heard mixed stuff about them, but it's
No, yeah,
it's
there's
natural.
There's been some people that have their
Quarrels.
pros and cons
Yeah.
with it, and
And to each their own.
Exactly,
I'm
yep.
not here to judge. Regardless, I just want fishing shit. So you know what I mean. I'm not here to get into politics or anything like that. But yeah, this Sixth Sense, man, they made a fucking badass lure, and it definitely got its teeth mark into it. Fucking, I just fucking wish I would have been able to weigh that fucker, dude.
it's like me. It's like I recently just picked up some of the 3.5 inch or 4 inch Sixth Sense whale, the
Okay.
little plastics,
Uh-huh.
and so far they move pretty good through the water.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. See, like this moves great in the water, but I mean, it's definitely a big bait. I mean, it's not gonna get hit unless
Something big is getting irritated with it.
yeah, you know what I mean. So, or just hungry and
Yeah.
sees it because I mean the little white tail and everything that gets them, I think. But they just, I just gotta find that fucking monster that's just hungry. I mean, it's good to know that I can throw it in the dark
Yeah,
and it'll still get smoked by a tilapia. If a tilapia can see it in the dark, I think a bass could probably see that motherfucker.
probably. I should. I don't see why not.
Yeah, because, like, I think there's, like, this kind of, like, superstition that bass can't see our lures at night, but I think they fucking can.
So one of the other guys that I had on here recently, or from my last podcast with Lloyd's Lures,
Uh-huh.
Isaiah, he was telling me, he was like, yeah, bass will hit stuff at night.
Yeah,
Just based off of just the color, I guess, that whatever color it is, they can see that a little bit better at night.
yeah, you know what I mean? I mean, it's got that white kind of, look to
Mhm.
it. And, the moon reflects some light,
Oh yeah, if it's bright enough, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it was pretty fucking pitch dark where I was, and I was still throwing this just like, fuck it, like just fucking around. You know what I mean? And that's always when they fucking hit,
Yeah.
is when you're not expecting it.
Well, it's like I have a buddy of mine. He goes out there at the Shit Creek area,
Yeah,
and he's always sitting there throwing stuff, and he's always pulling stuff out. I'm like, how the hell do you do this?
yeah. It was basically like the same area, just on the other side.
hmm
Where that tilapia was. Fucking, and a monster tilapia, dude. Fuck. One day.
Well, that was like me recently. So before it got colder, I guess you can say. We had went out fishing for carp,
Okay.
and I'm surprised how much fight carp have.
Oh yeah, they're monsters.
Yeah,
I mean,
they put up a good fight on light tackle.
yeah, yeah. No, they're badasses. Regardless, I actually heard a funny story about carp. I don't know if you know this. Carp aren't native out here.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they came from England. Yeah, I guess English people enjoy eating them.
Yeah.
That's weird. Ugh, I heard they're nasty. I mean,
Well-
I've never actually ate one. I've just used it for fucking catfish bait.
A lot of people, say the same thing. It's like, yeah, they're not good to eat or whatever it is. But I've heard mixed reviews with it, where some people will skin them, so then they'll just have just the meat and bones, and then they'll slice, because I guess they have thick rib bones. They'll slice down each of those ribs and make like fries or like ribs out of them, and cook it up like that, fry it up like that,
Really?
and just the meat just slides right off the bone.
Huh. Fucking. Hey, look, I worked with this Asian dude for a while. And he's a fucking snake. I was with that alarm company I was telling you about. He fucking got me for like over $1,000, probably a couple times, but at least one solid time that I know for sure. And I left him after that. He was from his family was from Laos, and I mean, they're like deep in the culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He could speak it and everything. Talk to his mom on the phone in full fucking Laos. Shit was insane to listen to. Like when you're just riding home, you're like, what the fuck, dude? You know what I mean? It's like sitting
It's
in
like,
a
what's
nail
he
shop.
saying?
Yeah. So anyways, but we'd go fishing, and I'd bring it home, man. He would eat everything,
Yeah.
like the brain,
They
like everything.
will
And
not
I'll-
waste any of it.
He's
Yeah.
like, you don't waste, and I'm like, dude, you're fucking tripping. I'm American. I'm gonna fucking waste a little bit. Like, fucking.
Well, one thing, so it's like talking about that. Have you ever cut out like the cheek part of a flathead?
No.
That is a really tender piece of meat, and it's like a little medallion that comes out of it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And it's supposed to be like really bomb, huh?
Well, nobody ever really said anything about it. I just thought of it one day. I was like, "What? This part's soft on it. What the heck is it?" And I just cut in, filleted it out, and it's like a little, just like scallop shaped thing, and
Huh.
it was really more tender than the rest of the meat.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, I still can't get over that striper. I mean, bluegill is like a really clean fish.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you cook it. A buddy of mine, my best friend, it's like his favorite fucking thing to eat is bluegill because of how clean it is.
Yeah, fry up a couple bluegills and whatnot.
Yeah, well, I fucking fried up those striper because a buddy of mine gave me like a 3-pounder, and fucking, I mean, I was like, oh my god, I was like, I gotta fucking show him this, and I brought it to him, and he was like, where the fuck do you catch that fish, and how do we catch it? Like, he was like, fuck catfish, fuck anything else. He was like, I like bluegill, we'll still fuck with bluegill, but like, where do you catch that striper? Because he's like, that shit was fucking incredible.
Was it very fishy tasting, or was it just very like
No,
just
it's
clean?
very clean.
Nice.
Very clean. It's like, almost like, feels like it was like store-bought. Like, it was like,
Well, I've noticed the taste in like different fish lately.
oh yeah.
Like I've had just like the natural flatheads and stuff. Those
It's better than flathead.
those
It's better
are
than-
very clean to me.
Yeah.
That large channel cat that I got, that one was very clean. But the farm raised ones taste very fishy to me.
Agreed. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like the 6.5 pound channel cat that I caught. That was great.
Yeah,
Tasted
same. I've had
great,
the same one like that. Yeah.
but it's still a little fishy. You know what I mean? But not bad. Definitely doable.
Yeah.
But this fucking striper is like, I'm telling you, dude, you'll never want to fucking eat any other fish out here ever again.
Well, it's like the last time I actually had bass, it was probably like a 9 or 10 pound bass, and the meat was very mushy.
Really?
Yeah, and I was just like, this put a bad taste in my mouth for it. So it's like I haven't really tried bass since.
Yeah, bass. Oh man, last time I fried up a bass, man, it was like, and I deep fry my fish. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Bread it, deep fry it, like it cooks the shit out of it.
Oh, it's like usually it's like I do a beer batter.
Yeah, yeah, and you could still taste just fish, and I was like, ooh. Like, I mean, not my favorite.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
I
same
mean,
here.
I'll
It's
eat
like,
it. I'll eat it if I have
if it
to.
has a really fishy taste, it's like, yeah, I don't really care for it that much then.
Yeah. So. Yeah, but man, I just love eating. I love eating my fish. Honestly, that's just the best part. But that's because I'm a fucking pothead, man. You know what I mean? Like I fucking
Munchies.
yeah, I smoke my weed. I like more than like I drink maybe like once or twice a year. Like I drank, on Julius's funeral.
Mhm.
After his funeral, I drank with a bunch of buddies, and that was like the first time I drank all year. I'll probably drink on my birthday in a couple weeks. That'll be it for the year. You know what I mean? I'll wait a while.
It's like me. I've been sober almost 3 years now or more.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, I did the whole completely sober thing for 3 years exactly, actually, and then I ended up going back to weed. You know, just it's legal and fucking why not? Fuck it, you know.
Depends on like jobs. I guess it's the only thing that's like why
Oh yeah.
I choose not to.
Well, you know, being a felon, I'm kind of limited already. So.
Well, it's like I have a driving job, so it's just like I can't do
Oh,
anything like that.
Yeah, you got like a CDL.
No, just so I do locating for underground utilities.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's like
Okay.
the whole thing that's going on throughout town with aloe fiber.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we mark out all the gas lines, APS
Oh
lines,
yeah. You
spectrum.
can't smoke. Yeah. Oh well, one day they'll change it. You know what I mean? Once it's federally legal,
Yeah.
it'll just be like drinking. Yeah, I mean, so. But. Yeah. All right.
Well, so far, pretty good podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if you've seen behind you right there. There's that bow.
Oh yeah, is that the bow you were telling me?
Yeah,
about?
the bow fishing bow.
Oh snap. Yeah, we're gonna have to go out, man.
No, yeah, that's one thing. It's like for sure. It's like I want to go out and target bass a little bit more too, though. I just haven't found a good enough spot to
Oh really?
really
Well,
have something hit, more or less.
yeah. Well, I mean, the gravity, I mean, never disappoints. That's where I caught that 2.6. That's where I've caught 90% of my bass. I mean, and I
See,
actually
and that's where honestly, that's where I'm at majority of my time.
really.
I'm sitting there either right that spot where they call it the Y,
Oh, okay. No, not that part. I'm talking
and then
about like
I'll
by
go
Mitchell.
more. Yeah, then I'll go more that way towards Mitri. I work my
Yeah.
way that way.
You know where it comes out of the mountain?
Yeah.
And then goes to the dump.
Mhm.
That's the one that's the part that I fish all the time. And I use these a lot. Period. I've caught a lot of smallmouth on this exact one. Also, I don't use jerk baits how it's traditionally thought to be used, like jerking them. And
Just kind of just let them sit there and reel. Kind of
I
thing.
just slowly reel them in. That's it.
Mhm.
The guy that told me about him, put me on at least, was actually lives in New Mexico, and he was a customer of mine. I installed his security system for him. He called them floaters. He didn't call them a jerkbait at all. That's what I was calling them
Yeah.
at first on the pages and shit. I was like, yeah, I was using a floater. Everyone was like, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? I was like, oh, this. It's a fucking floater. You know? It's a jerkbait. I'm like, okay. And I've seen it and I get it. I understand the concept, like it's an injured fish. But I don't know. There's something about it just kind of wagging its ass
Yeah.
and coming in real slow. That fucking the smallmouth.
Because I have a couple that are very similar to like that, but they're the little Rapala shads
Yeah.
that are just them. I guess they're half the size of that.
Oh yeah.
And I've had bass sit there and follow them, but they don't hit it.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean.
And I'm sitting there just slowly reeling it in, and just goes right past them, and they're sitting there right on its tail. And I'll bring it back and swirl it back around towards them, and they'll follow it, and then swim away.
Yeah. Huh. I mean, I have that happen a lot too.
And it's like my
sometimes-
brother-in-law, just after, or when I was doing that, he had one of those top spin ones. Came right in and Smalley just smacked it and he pulled him out. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, yeah. And, you know, sometimes it's just about fucking luck too. It really is. I mean, and it seems that way with bass fishing,
Hmm.
primarily. Because, like, maybe just, you know, you were just going just a little too slow. Or just a little too fast. Or, you know, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just something made it feel off to that fish for
Yeah.
some fucking reason. And he didn't hit it. But I don't know. I guess they see it enough times. Sometimes they just fucking fuck it.
Yeah. Cool. Well, it was nice chatting with you. You got any shout outs or anything like that to anyone?
Just Julius Morales, man. Rest in peace, brother.
Cool. I don't got any plugs today or anything. I think I did some on the last one.
No. Well, just shop local. Hit up CNC. Hit up Lloyd's Lures.
Yep.
You know, Hideaway Bait and Tackle. That's the only thing I can always say. I always support local.
Yep, that's for sure. Yeah, other than that, we'll catch you guys next time.
Reckless Rodents.
Oh, yeah, Reckless Rodents got them
Sorry,
too.
Pete.
So-
Gotta throw you in right at the end.
Cool. See you guys next time.